Senator Ron Wyden. He serves in the Intelligence Committee and also on the Finance Committee. Senator Wyden, I wanted to play that clip because you just referenced it before the break, saying that you found that troubling. What did you find troubling about that, sir?
Well, what was really stunning about it is you've got the president speaking in his own words. And it looks to me, and the whole question of obstruction is a legal concept, the president is saying that he fired Mr. Comey because he wanted to be done with the investigation. And I think there are questions with respect to the technical definitions of obstruction of justice, but it sure looked like this firing was to make this entire investigation just go away. He said it was made up. He wanted it to be done with.
If that's the case, and I think that is not a far-fetched assertion, in part because what we pointed out at the top of the show tonight, which is that from the White House briefing room, at the podium at the briefing room, they're also now making that same case. White House spokeswoman today saying that they believe that the Russia investigation essentially will wrap up now, will come to a conclusion because they removed Director Comey. If that's the case, if the White House is dropping any pretense and now basically saying, yeah, we fired Comey because we don't like the Trump-Russia investigation, what's the recourse?
Well, first of all, the president isn't entitled to make the judgment when the investigation ends. It's our job to go where the facts lead. That's why we're pursuing matters relating to following the money. That's why we're looking at a host of issues with respect to whether we have gotten truthful accounts of events to date. So this is not something that the president can just take as a matter of his own privilege to decide when an investigation ends. We're going to go where the facts lead.
Senator Wyden, one last question for you. You had the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing today. It was a fascinating hearing for a lot of reasons. Probably the most contentious time in the hearing was a colloquy between you and the CIA Director, Mike Pompeo. You were asking him about whether he had advance notice of Sally Yates's warning to the White House about Mike Flynn, if he had any advance knowledge of the concerns that prompted that warning. I want to ask you what you were driving at there, knowing that you won't tell me anything more than what you said in the hearing. I also want to ask you, though, if you have worries about the CIA and whether they are being forthcoming in terms of their part of this investigation.
Yeah, I have real questions about whether the CIA director was straight with us with respect to Mike Flynn today. I mean, the reality is that Sally Yates gave a very clear warning, and we're talking about something, this was the global threat hearing, we're talking about something where the national security advisor could be blackmailed. And in effect, the CIA director played down any conversations he might have had, say, at a daily brief with somebody he was sharing secrets with. So there are a lot of unanswered questions here, and I don't really feel that in the public session Mike Pompeo was straight with us with respect to what interactions he may have had with Mike Flynn, who Sally Yates was concerned represented a real threat, a blackmail threat.
Briefly, just following on that, sir, in terms of your own Senate intelligence investigation and anything you may know about the other investigations, is there any indication that the CIA is not handing over documents, making materials available in a way that is forthcoming?
We have had some challenges. I think it would be fair to say that the committee has had some real challenges in terms of getting access to documents. Look, the reality is, until very recently, most of the information we were getting came from leaks, from false tweets from the President of the United States and the story of the day. It's gotten a little bit better, but we still have to pick up the pace.
Senator